Hi guys, welcome back to my sports world. What a day we had yesterday. There was two games that I followed. It was the UEFA Champions League between Manchester United and Atalanta at Old Trafford, and it was the Memphis Grizzlies against the Cavaliers in the NBA opener at Fedex Forum in Memphis. And two good wins. I'm stoked. This video, however, is going to focus on the Memphis Grizzlies game. We won. I made a video yesterday before the game, and a video a couple of days ago, like a run up to the game. Let's look forward, stuff like that, where I said that the Grizzlies would win the game with about 10 to 15 points. I was kind of spot on that because we won the game with 11 points. The end result was Cavaliers won 21 and the Grizzlies won 32. So 11 points win. I predicted a 10 to 15 points win. However, what I missed was I said that I can see the Cavaliers probably scoring between 90 and 100, and us scoring between 100 and 115. The goal score was a little bit higher than that, so a little bit higher than when I thought it was going to be. But still, a good win. I got some answers. The thing was, I couldn't find it on the TV right away, so I missed kind of like the first. I think it was the first half or the first quarter or whatever you want to call it, but it's like I missed, I think, the first 10-12 minutes. But after I found it, it was because it was on a different channel than it normally is. I think we played really good. I thought that coming into this game and this season, I was thinking, well, the Cavaliers is not that great. But then I looked at their lineup, and they have a great team. They have some great players. I'm just feeling that a lot of their players are getting a little bit over the hill. So I think they will struggle, but they have some good individuals. They have like 3 or 4 good players. And don't count them out. I mean, the Western Conference is tough enough. And it's going to be tough for any team to fight for a playoff spot in the Western Conference. I'm not saying that the Eastern Conference is any better or any easier, but we saw this week that, even the star-studded, star-packed Lakers with LeBron and Westbrook and Davis and more, they lost. And they looked slow and old, I tell you. And they do not look prepared at all. So we are in a tough conference. So looking at what some stats here that I have on my paper here, to draw some conclusions from this, I wanted to, yesterday I wanted to see how Williams, the rookie that we drafted, which I have a lot of expectations to, how would he come through in this game? And he did his stuff okay. He did his stuff good. Nothing major, but he had got a good start. This was his first game in the NBA. He played 17 minutes and had, I want to say, maybe like not nerves or like debut nerves or whatever, but you can see it was a little bit tight in certain moments, but it kind of, I saw it kind of like loosening up a little bit as well. Like I said, he played 17 minutes. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 points. Could that become better? Sure. Will it become better? Sure. Scoring in NBA depends a lot on, the night that you have, your team have. Do you have a good night, a bad night? But it also depends a lot on your matchup with your opponents. Matchups in NBA are almost half the game. So I think he did good. He got 17 minutes, which is okay for a rookie. We have to bring him gradually into the game. We have to let him get a positive, good start, which he did. He got a win, so it was a positive start for Williams. Um, Most of these players, it looks like we used 15 players in all. Um, there might be some more, but these are the stats that I could find. There might have been some more players been used, but they didn't have any influence on the game probably. So these are the ones that I found that I think had a positive influence and that was contributing to the win. So let's look at it. Jackson Jr. played 31 minutes, had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 13 points, which is in the realm of what we have to expect from a player like Jackson. I think he played good. He showed that he is one of our key players in this team, along with Jay Morant and Anderson, and I'm coming to the next one. The next guy on the list that I have the specs for is Bain, and he played 30 minutes and he had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and scored 22 points. He was a huge contributor in the scoring department. Maybe not so much in rebound and assist, but he scored 22 points, which is, if I go back to last year, I don't think he had a few games where he scored that much, but I think he was a little bit lower. But scoring 22 points for Bain is I'm really good with that. Now we come to Adams, and this was one player that I was very excited about, and I want to see how he panned out, because we need a good rebound king under our own basket, but also under the opponent's basket. And Adams is typically a good rebounder. So when I look at his stats, he played 32 minutes. He had 14 rebounds, 3 assists, and 8 points, which I think is pretty normal and average for him. But he has an eye for the game. The one thing that I saw, there was a tip-off, and he really slams the ball down the field because he could see, or they had talked about it, that Jay Morant was going to chase the ball down and try and score. And oh my lord, is Jay Morant fast as a lightning bolt. That was perfectly seen by Adams, and it worked out very good. Adams, I think, is going to be a key player for this Grizzlies team. I think he will do a lot of good for this Grizzlies team. And that he is one player that I'm really excited about going forward. Jay Morant played 34 minutes, had 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and scored 37 points. He was only 3 points shy of 40 points, which is amazing. But then again, Jay Morant is a huge talent in the NBA. He has the ability, he has the skills, and he has everything laid out for him to become a superstar. He can become a Jordan. He can become Lamar, LeBron. He can become anything he wants to become. He has what it takes. Another player that played a lot of minutes is Melton. He played 31 minutes. He had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 20 points. So you see there's a lot of players, there's 4 or 5 players here that are 15 points plus. I think. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, one is like 2 points shy of 15. So we had a lot of players, different players, scoring a lot of points, and that's good. You don't want to rely on just 1 or 2. Here we have 4 or 5 players who really are creating a lot of good numbers. So Melton was also playing good. This was a team win, of course. The Grizzlies are a team, and they play as a team. They win as a team. They lose as a team. So every time the Grizzlies win, it is a team win. But you can say that, okay, one player maybe contributed more than others. In this game, I feel that the Bain and Ja Morant and Melton was probably the highest contributors, with Jackson closely behind. So it was like this was a game where we relied on maybe 3 or 4 players to come through. The next one that has high minutes, over 20 minutes. High minutes are over 20 minutes. Anderson, he played 22 minutes. He had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 10 points, which is very average for him, but he's also very good. Any players who can do 10 points and 7 rebounds and 4 assists is good. I see here that there's no double-double or triple-doubles here, so, but that can come. Then we have Konkar, if that's how you say his name, Konkar. He played 19 minutes. He had 6 rebounds, 0 assists, and 4 points. So not a big contributor. More or less, that means you are a body on the field. Maybe he did more of a defensive job. Then we had Williams, the rookie, which I talked about. He had 17 minutes, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 points. Not that involved in the game itself, but he got a good start. That's the main thing with Williams. You're not going to expect him to come on the first game in the NBA of his career and score 40 points and do a double-double or a triple-triple or whatever. You can't expect that. It's the first freaking game. Then we have Jones, who played 14 minutes. He had 2 rebounds, 5 assists, and 9 points. That's good. And then, of course, Clark had 12 minutes with 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 6 points, which is kind of average. Maybe a little bit low for Clark. Jones and Clark was maybe on the low side from what they normally do during a game. So how is the 2021-22 season coming along? One game is played. Was there a lot of surprises? Yes, there was a lot of surprises. It happened as I expected in our game. We won with 11 points. I said 10-15. So it was in the area where I expected. However, the other results was kind of like a little bit surprising here and there, especially the Lakers one. That was the biggest one that really, I think a lot of people got like, whoa, what's happening? They have Westbrook, they have LeBron, they have Davis, they have Rondo, they have this team that is stacked with stars, and they looked sluggish, they looked tired, they looked slow, they looked uninspired and not focused at all, and they deserved to lose that game. Is it a concern for them going forward? Well, we have to see, because like I said, the Western Conference is a tough place to be. And not only that, but it's a long season. If injuries happens to the Lakers, and if it happens to key players, what do you have to show for them? It's going to be a tough year. But of course, we are here at this fan station. We are looking at the Grizzlies, and we couldn't have really gotten a better start. We got a good start in the NBA this year. And this is something to build on going forward. And I hope that we can involve Williams a little bit more. I hope he can, as we progress forward, that he increases his production, maybe get some more minutes. Maybe we can stabilize him at like 20, 22, 23 minutes, 24 minutes. But we want to take it slow. We don't want to rush a rookie that has a lot of potential because, one, you'd run the risk of injuries, and two, you might create a burnout, or if you go on a 2 or 3 game streak where you lose, you can create some mental barriers and issues and blocks for rookies. Rookies need more than the established players to go into a good rhythm and have a good vibe going forward. But I think we started off good. We did great. We deserved to win the game last night, and winning 121. Well, Cavaliers 121. The Grizzlies 132. 11 points win, just as I expected. Well, looking forward to the next game. So let's go. I think the next game is that's Clippers. I think it's Clippers away in LA. That can doubt. I tell you, any game in LA, if it's the Clippers or the Lakers, it is tough for any team. So we're going to LA and then play the Clippers in a few days, and it's a game we have to. If we can win that one, then we are on a really good roll and a good track to go to places. So until next time, guys, take care.